Good morning, everybody. Matt Moda here to give you my favorite MLB home run predictions for today. We're talking Sunday, March 30th. I'm going to have 4 home run picks for you guys to lock in for today's MLB betting slate. The Dong Report is back in your life. I put a poll out on Twitter to ask if people wanted the Dong Report or if they wanted the Splash Zone. Overwhelming majority asked for the Dong Report. So that's what I am doing today. So on this YouTube channel, I'm going to have a Dong Report for you guys. Awesome Dong weather, as you can see here on Ballpark Pal, which we're going to get into. Before we do that, let's recap yesterday, which was an awesome day and our first awesome day of the year. We got 3 of our 4 dongs to hit. If you're asking where I send them out, I send them out to my Tails account, which is where I send them out here on my Tails account. I also send them out on Twitter for free as well, so you are able to get them there. But we got 3 of our 4 to cash. We were up 3.3 units on the Dong Report yesterday. We only missed Bryce Harper, of all people to miss. It was Bryce, but Schwarber, McLain, Suarez, and that Suarez one, top of the 9th inning. So a little bit lucky to have that one cash out, but it still cashed out, and that's why we bet on guys that have been hitting nukes. So that brings our profit on the year to 1.05 units of profit, which isn't amazing. Let's go ahead and make this green. It's not amazing by any means, but it was our first day of the year in which we got a dong to match. We were 0 for our first 2-3 days of the year, whatever that may be. And then we got 3 yesterday. That's just dong life. That's how dongs go for you. Let's hope we can stay hot. We can keep riding that dong streak tonight. Again, I'm going to have 4 for you guys to lock in. And let's get into it. So my main research tool for these home runs is Ballpark Pal. Just partnered with them for this MLB season. Absolutely incredible website. I use them all the time before I partnered with them, and I just think it's a phenomenal product. And it's only like $10 a month. So if you want to sign up, it would help me out a lot if you use the promo code MODI10 if you want to sign up for the month, gets you 10% off monthly, or MODI15 if you want to sign up for the year, it gets you 15% off for the year. But I cannot recommend Ballpark Pal enough. You just click the subscribe button, which is right here. You just click subscribe. That's how you sign up. Absolutely amazing website. So anyways, the first dong pick that I have for you guys is technically not a plus EV play according to Ballpark Pal, but it's Kyle Schwarber. I'm betting on him to hit a home run. The biggest thing with Schwarber is that he's absolutely on fire. And when Schwarber is on a roll, normally it doesn't start till like June, but when Schwarber is on a roll, you just want to keep riding him into the ground when he keeps hitting these dongs. Now, to start, amazing weather game, 10% above the average. That's what this weather key is telling you on Ballpark Pal. It takes into account the weather, the stadium, the wind, all that. I mean, wind is obviously part of the weather, but it takes account all that stuff and then gives you a percentage of how much more home runs are likely to be hit based on the average. So 0% is just completely average. Anything above that is good. Anything below that is not good. That's how the green versus red works. Nats Park, 10% weather increase, whatever you want to call it. Hot. It's hot in DC with the winds blowing out. That's what that means. Like they're blowing out. So it's really good weather perspective. That's kind of why we were on Schwarber yesterday. And Schwarber's just been on fire. I mean, let me zoom in a little bit here. What I like looking at is just Baseball Savant to look at how people performed yesterday. So I'm going to the Phillies game. I'm just sorting it by average exit velocity, right? Schwarber hit a home run. We saw that. He hit one. Where's that home run? Schwarber's home run. Where the heck is it? Kyle Schwarber home run right here. 99.1 miles per hour off the bat, traveled 385 feet. Only would have been a home run in 12 of 30 stadiums, but that's fine because it was a home run in the stadium that he was in. But he absolutely hit the tar out of the baseball. Well, guess what? He had another hit that was the hardest hit of the entire game, 111.2 miles per hour off the bat, traveled 377 feet. Would have actually been a home run in 21 of 30 stadiums. So his home run that he actually hit only would have been a home run in 12 of 30. The one that he didn't hit was actually better in terms of a home run. So it kind of just shows you what dong life is like. But Schwarber is just absolutely on fire. He had a home run the first game of the year. He hit another one yesterday. And we know that Schwarber can go on these absolute home run binges. So you just want to keep on guys like Schwarber when they are on fire. Now, in terms of the matchup, it's strong advantage in favor of Schwarber. This is all per Ballpark Pal. It's a +8. Now, normally I try to look at guys that are +10, but I'm comfortable with this one at +8 for someone like Schwarber. Now, the odds, I should have told you that, for Schwarber are best offered at +320. I guess 310 now. It was 320. 310 at DraftKings. That's the best offered price here for Kyle Schwarber. Sent this one out on my Tails account as well. Sent that out right here. Kyle Schwarber Plus 310 at DraftKings is the best offered price. I kind of give you, this is how the tails works. I just give you some notes, but that's the best offered price here. And you go through the matchup here. It's a little bit scary lefty on lefty. Schwarber actually hit lefties much better last year than he ever did in his career, and he hit a home run the first game of the year. A lefty pitcher started that game. Now, Mackenzie Gore struck out basically every Philly, and Schwarber, he didn't hit a home run to the bullpen, which could happen again in this game. From a release perspective, vertically, the release is not amazing for Harper, but horizontally it is. It's an A versus a C on the vertical release in terms of A on the horizontal. Again, this is all per ballpark PAL, a lot of P's there, which I think is really helpful data. And then we all know Schwarber, he hits fastballs really well, which is what he's going to get 50% of the time, which is why I am comfortable with this matchup here, because a fastball from a lefty is what Schwarber can hit well. Now, Mitchell Parker didn't give up a ton of home runs to lefties last year, admittedly. So if Schwarber gets one, it might be off the bullpen. But I'm fine with that because the Phillies' bats have been really good outside of that start against Mackenzie Gore. And again, when Schwarber's on fire, you're just going to want to keep riding him. So that is our first play, Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run, plus 320 odds. The next one that I locked in here, Brandon Lowe. I took him to hit a home run. Plus 475 at DraftKings is the best offered price. You can also get plus 460 at FanDuel. Cool thing about the Tails account is when I send it out, I send it out where you can actually click the bet link and it takes you to the sportsbook, and then it also gives you the best odds. So you can see here plus 475 is the best price at DraftKings. So Brandon Lowe, this is one where we're getting a plus 10 advantage in favor of the batter per ballpark pal. That's always good. Extreme advantage in favor of Lowe, as you can see here. Brandon Lowe, you want to target him when he's going up against right-handed pitchers. He's a lefty batter. And as you can see here, per ballpark pal, Brandon Lowe is better against right-handed pitching. Now, in terms of the release point, it's kind of interesting. It's not as good as the Kyle Schwarber one. It's a C horizontally. It's a B, or C vertically, B horizontally. But it's still plus 10 advantage in favor of Lowe. Mostly because of the pitch mix here. He's going to see a lot of fastballs, and Feltner is not a good fastball pitcher. Sliders is what he's going to see next, and Stiggrade versus sliders are not quite as good. But then the sinker and the changeup, A, B, and then even the curveball, which you'll see 10% of the time, Brandon Lowe has an A against. So that's pretty good there. We're looking for someone that obviously hits the pitch mix well. And Brandon Lowe has also been hitting the ball incredibly hard, which is another very, very important thing. We go to the Tampa Bay game yesterday. The score was only 2-1, wherever that was. Yeah, 2-1 score. Don't let that scare you off. So I'm looking at the box score here, and you can see hard hit. The number of fastballs, fire emojis, whatever, is the number of hard hits. Brandon Lowe had 4. He had 4 hard hits yesterday. It was the most of the game on both teams. And you go through the scoreboard, you look at the hard hits he had. A single, 342 feet, just didn't quite have the launch angle, only 20 degrees. We're looking for that to be a little bit higher, up to 25. 111.6 miles per hour off the bat, hardest hit of the game. Another fly out here for Brandon Lowe, 106 miles per hour off the bat. This one did have the launch angle. This traveled 357 feet, just couldn't quite get it to where it would be in the corners, where it would be out of the stadium, but still, 2 hits that were 20 launch angle and above is pretty good in general. That's what you're hoping for. He had another one that was, again, not quite the launch angle, but 103 miles per hour off the bat, traveled 305 feet. So that's 3 separate hits that traveled 300 plus feet for Brandon Lowe. And that's exactly what we're looking at. Guys that are just hitting nukes. From a weather perspective, another really good game here. 18% home run differential above average. It's a new stadium, Steinbrenner Field, for the Tampa Bay Rays. And it's home run friendly for lefties. As you can see, it's a shorter park in the right field than it is on the left field. So that's good for someone like Brandon Lowe. You see the home runs that he hit. He hits one in this area of the stadium. That 342 feet, that 357 feet, that's going to be a home run. As we can see, the foul pole is at, where is that? Is at 314. So plus 10 advantage in favor of the batter. A batter that is absolutely on fire, has a good weather game as well, checks all the boxes for me. That's play number 2, Brandon Lowe to hit a home run. Next up, I have another guy that we went with yesterday. It's Matt McLain to hit a home run, plus 500 odds on DraftKings is the best offered price here. This was the first play that I locked in this morning. I woke up and it was almost an automatic bet for me for Matt McLain, plus 500 odds at DraftKings is the best offered price. You can also get it, whatever this book is here, 475 at FanDuel, or BetMGM, 470 at FanDuel. So you're getting pretty decent prices across the board. But again, best offered at DraftKings. Now, this is not a play where you're looking at a batter versus pitcher matchup. As you can see, it's actually a -8, which means it's heavily in favor of the pitcher. Now, it's one of the most EV plays according to Ballpark Pal, right? Highlighted orange because it's a plus EV play. The reason it's such a bad matchup for Matt McLain is there's just not a lot of data on him. We see like a bunch of question marks, right? We don't have any data off of Matt McLain and his horizontal release point against left-handed pitchers. The reason why? McLain missed all of last year due to injury. The year before that, 2 years ago, he was a young dong machine. He was really good. He was on the dong report a decent amount, and he was really, really good. Vertically, at least, the release point is in A, so that's pretty good for Matt McLain. We also don't have any data off of pitches, so it's like we don't have anything, which is why it's a -8. Now, the fact that Ballpark Pal has him so highly rated, one of the best plus EV plays to hit a home run, that makes me feel pretty good that the matchup isn't quite as bad as it looks here. Another reason why I feel good, let's start with the pitcher, Robbie Ray. Guy was a dong machine last year. We're looking at Robbie Ray last year. Home run per 9 of 1.76. That is terrible. To give you guys context to that, we're looking at the leaders in home run per 9 last year of qualified pitchers. The worst one in the entire MLB was Cutter Crawford at 1.67, and Robbie Ray's was 1.76. He only pitched 30 innings, which is why he doesn't appear on that list of qualified pitchers. I think he needed to throw like 100 plus, but he was not good in the home run department last year. And Matt McLain's been on fire. You know, the reason why I was on him yesterday, so he didn't hit a home run. We're going to go to opening night. He didn't hit a home run on opening night, but you look at the exit velocity here. He had a flyout 102 miles per hour off the bat, traveled 351 feet. He had another flyout that was basically 100 miles off the bat. It was 99.9, traveled 369 feet, so didn't quite leave the stadium, but 2 flyouts. That's important. Like, he's getting the ball in the air and he's hitting it hard. And then you look at yesterday, it wasn't just the home run that he hit. We look at him, exit velocity. So we had a home run that was 99.8, home run in 29 of 30 stadiums. That's amazing. Traveled 382 feet. That's awesome. He also had a flyout that was 101.8 miles per hour off the bat. Now this one, he got too much under it. It was basically just shot straight in the air, but he hit the tar out of the ball, almost 102 miles per hour. Then he had another double that was 97.4 miles per hour off the bat, just had too low of a launch angle. So it was like the porridge from the Goldilocks story, too low, too high, and then he had one just right that traveled 382 feet. So I'm good backing a guy in a similar situation where he's just been hitting nukes. And again, you want to go to the weather, the best of the game. Actually, yeah, best of the game. Plus 28 home run advantage, home run percent over average, whatever you want to call it. It's because it's being played in Great America Small Park, which is what it's lovingly called because of how short of a stadium it is. And it's hot, it's humid. The H, actually forget what that H stands for. It stands for humidity. That's right. It's not hot, it's humid. Better for carry. Amazing matchup for Matt McLain to hit a monster dong. Let's hope he does. That's play number 3. And then our 4th and final pick is down here, Kyle Tucker to hit a home run. This one is at plus 600 odds at DraftKings, as you can see right here. Kyle Tucker to hit a home run, plus 600 odds at DraftKings. And then you can get 550 at BetMGM, 500 at basically every book. And it's all the way down at 400 at FanDuel. So it's a pretty massive gap between DraftKings and FanDuel. Now, I will admit, part of the reason why I'm on this play for Kyle Tucker is I just think that plus 600 is way too high. It should be closer to probably the 450, 500 number. So we're getting a pretty decent price here at plus 600. Now, Kyle Tucker did hit a home run yesterday. He was a home run machine last year when he was actually healthy. He did miss a couple games. This one, from a weather perspective, where's that game? Isn't amazing. It's actually a minus. It's the only minus that we have. The reason why it's a minus is because Chase Field is not a hitter-friendly ballpark. They have long outfields, but at least it's windy with the winds blowing out to right field. So from a weather perspective, it's actually pretty good. The reason why it's bad for home runs is because of the long outfield. But Kyle Tucker, he hit a home run yesterday, and he's the kind of guy who I like because he always gets the ball in the air. Like the home run he hit yesterday, 103.6 miles per hour off the bat, 26-degree launch angle, 405 feet. Just hit the absolute tar out of the baseball. But it wasn't his hardest hit of the game. His hardest hit of the game was a double that traveled 342 feet that had a launch angle of 21 degrees. So we didn't quite get it high enough, but 2 hits above 20 degrees of launch angle that were above 103 miles per hour. That's really good. And that's what I love about Kyle Tucker, why he's such a good dong guy, because he always gets the ball in the air. His fly ball rate is among the highest for guys that hit the ball really hard. Now, in terms of the matchup, it's a lefty on lefty matchup, which again, I sometimes try to be scared off of, but not the case here. It is plus 10 advantage of Tucker. Now, Eduardo Rodriguez, the thing with him is he's been a really good pitcher in his career. Like, we look at his stats. He's been a really good pitcher in his career. Last year, he really, really struggled. He came back from injury late in the year and was just absolutely terrible. He was blown up. The year before that, he was awesome. I mean, had really good stats across the board. Even though his expected ERA and his expected FIP were a little bit worse than what his actual numbers were, he was not a dong guy. Home run per 9 of 0.88. Last year, everything was bad. Home run per 9 of 1.44. And you look at his splits against lefties, his home run per 9 was actually worse against left-handed hitters. So even though it's a lefty versus lefty, he was a lot worse from a home run perspective against lefties. I mean, his FIP, his xFIP were both worse against left-handed hitters. You go down through the numbers, his hard hit rate was higher, his pull rate was roughly equal, and his fly ball rate was actually a little bit lower, but the hard hit rate is the most important thing here. And the matchup, it's plus 10 advantage of Kyle Tucker. And Kyle Tucker's good. He's about the same per ballpark PAL against left-handed pitching, so he doesn't really have he doesn't get downgraded going up against a lefty. From a release point perspective, it's A's on both. Granted, you see a lot of A's on Kyle Tucker because he's that good of a hitter. He's going to see fastballs 40% of the time, which are dong pitches. Now, Eduardo Rodriguez is a good fastball pitcher, so maybe he won't nuke one of those, but everything else, C-, C-, C-. Now, again, a lot of this is based on last year, so if Eduardo Rodriguez goes back to form 2 years ago, then this is going to look a little bit scarier, but we also got it at plus 600. Like, we're taking all that into account with the plus 600 price, which is plus EV according to Ballpark PAL. We see that it's highlighted orange. So those are my 4 official plays here. I sent them out, recapped them right here. Best odds offered on DraftKings. I always put like $1 on a parlay of all 4 in case we have a day like yesterday where, I mean, we didn't hit all 4, but we came very, very close. So I always put like $1. If you hit 2 of those a year, a MLB season, you're profiting from that parlay. So that's what I always do. Here are the 4: Brandon Lowe, Matt McLain, Kyle Tucker, and Kyle Schwarber. Real quick, I'm going a little bit long here. The leans that I had, the Angels guys have a good matchup. Logan O'Hoppe and Taylor Ward. I was debating between those two. Between the two, I actually like O'Hoppe a little bit better. The scary thing is Davis Martin, the pitcher, doesn't give up really anything to righties. And I know it's the same argument for Kyle Schwarber. The difference is Kyle Schwarber is not Logan O'Hoppe, right? Kyle Schwarber is someone I trust much, much more in those situations. There are 2 Giants guys, Ramos and Adames, that also look good. They get the same weather benefit as the other guys. But that's all we got. 4 official home run picks for you guys to lock in. Again, they're all on DraftKings. Schwarber, Lowe, McLain, and Tucker. And that's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out Ballpark PAL if you want to sign up for the best, in my opinion, MLB tool for not even home runs, but they do everything. I mean, strikeouts, hits, you want to bet main lines, everything is amazing. Ballpark PAL is good at that. And then I also have a link to my Tails account as well if you want to get all my plays sent to you early. It's the same plays that I give out for free on both YouTube and Twitter. You just get them early. So if you want to lock stuff in before the odds change or whatever that may be. But that's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to bet responsibly and have a good one.